Hey, what is up? It's Nalastasia and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a 2024 reading journal setup. I'm so excited and so just in love with how it has turned out. But before I can show you and bring you along for the journey of making it, we do have to go through our 2023 reading journal and see what we did like about it and what we did not and we don't want to include in the 2024. I really liked this page. I think Katie's reading is the one I originally saw do it. It's also all over Pinterest. I really liked this and coloring them in over time. I also have the genres at a glance, which I really liked, but I think I included like too many micro genres. I was so excited for the most anticipated releases page, and then I only put one release and I just fell off of it. And then you can see I've put some of my Bookstagram pictures on here. I really liked to make it seem like a little bit more scrapbooky. And then we go into the reviews. If I really love the book, I will do like a 2-page spread for a book to really dish out all my feelings. I have the star rating, the format, the genre, how many pages. And I really enjoyed that so far. I have a sticker where it has like a chile now, where if it's spicy, I'll put the chile on there, and I really like it. And then also whether it is a buddy read or not. And then I have my story graph stats. I really like having those on there. And then after May, you can see that I just kind of fell off of it, which is such a bummer because I really enjoy doing this. So that brings us to 2024. You guys, I'm so excited for this journal. It turned out so good. So this journal is so pretty. I bought it off of Amazon for like $12. It's a little small. It's smaller than the one I used last year, but that's okay. Here I'm just showing you the amount of time that I am saving for you. Showing you I cut out everything with my X-Acto knife, but I did not film every single time I cut something out. So I have put some hours into this, some blood, some sweat, some tears, and I love it so much. I really just want this reading journal to feel like a scrapbooky, eclectic, moody, romantic, gothic, just, goodness. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. I love it, the darkness and the moodiness of it. I just really want it to feel very personal, very scrapbook. I said, like, just as if it's my reading journey through the year, and it almost kind of tells a story and it just has a whole mood and a theme, and that's what we're doing. And the way to do that is with layers. So I've got, the background pictures with the botanicals, and then we've got the scene of the two women running through the fog, and then I X-Acto knifed this picture that I pulled off of Pinterest, and cut out all what was in the window. I left kind of like some of the branches and the vines or whatever that are overgrowing, the overgrowth on that window. Cut all around those so it has like this layering effect where you look like you're looking through the window. It's really cool. I like it. That's probably like one of my favorite things about this journal so far. So the number one thing that I loved the most about my journal last year was the little library card slot, because it just feels so cozy, and it's just my brain in a way that is just so nostalgic and just feels very warm. This page here, once it's complete, feels very like dark, divine, feminine, goddess energy, and I am here for it. It's really setting the mood for the type of reading year that I want to have. And these are the library cards. I need to get a new one. I know, because that says 2023. I need to make 2024. I have to buy cardstock. Okay. I just wanted to put this here to give you an example. But I love these cards for every month. So there'll be 12 little cards in here, and it has the title, and it has the day that I started, the day that I ended, and then it has my star rating. And I am still doing like star ratings on Goodreads. So I might just use it as like my Goodreads star rating system. But yeah, I really like it. So last year I drew the library onto the actual pages. This year I designed my library in Canva, just so, you know, it would be a lot easier if I messed up. And I really, really like it. And actually, I do have copies without where it says Nala's, so, or the library in general. So if you would like to have a copy to just color yourself, or to put in your reading journal without Nala's library, of course, I'll leave a link down below. It'll just be like a Google Drive if you would like to. So I really like that I could get a lot more books in there this year, and I made it 2 pages to just make it more fun. So this is going to be my 2024 release page, and some of these releases on here I'm like, I am not super hyped for them, but I just don't know of a ton of releases coming out next year quite yet. I haven't sat down and like done all the research and all that, but these are the ones that I am very aware of, so I just put them on here. I can feel free to, you know, change them out if need be, because I really want to keep it to 9. I just feel like that is a little bit more choosy, you know what I mean? But definitely The Familiar, very excited about that. I haven't read Done and Dusted yet, so I'm still excited for Swift and Saddled, but I'm going to put them on some black construction paper in order to layer it. I'm telling you guys, layers, they're great. So yeah, Bride, super excited for that, as well as Omniscient Reader, actually came out just this month, like a few days ago actually. It was originally a webtoon, and they finally made a physical copy. I am obsessed with that webtoon. So good. Alright, and then I lost the footage for this page here, but this is going to be my Treat Yo Shelf page, which is very new. I've never done it before. And I needed something interactive, something a little bit more fun into the journal to just kind of bring my attention back to it. You know what I mean? So I made these tiny little envelopes. I folded them all myself out of cardstock, and I'm gonna make these little papers that say something like a fantasy read, a nonfiction. I even have one that says treat a friend. And so just six little envelopes for 6 little slips of paper, mix them all up, put them in there, and sometime throughout the year of 2024 I'll be able to open the envelope and treat myself to a book guilt-free, because I guilt myself a lot about spending money. So these are going to be guilt-free. They're going to be fun. And I'm excited. I love treating other people, so will be super excited to get the Treat Your Friend one. And so yeah, Treat Your Shelf. I say do it. It's fun. This could go hand in hand with like the book bingo thing. So like if you get a bingo on your book bingo, then you could give yourself an envelope. That is another thing you could do. I put the pictures on there because I just thought it was funny. You know, if you're feeling down, you're feeling sad, buy yourself a book. Treat yourself. So that's why I put like those sad, depressing pictures on there. This is going to be the 24 books of 2024 page, and these are not necessarily new releases or anything. These are just the books that I think are on my highest TBR radar, and this will probably be the only year I do this. Maybe I'll do it next year for 25, who knows. But these are the books that I want to read so I can be a part of more conversations online. They're pretty popular, iconic books of TikTok, and then there are some that are not so well known as well, just because I want to be involved in more conversations whenever people talk about these books online. And so I have, of course, the V.E. Schwab books, because they're talked about a lot. And then the Twisted Love, I want to know what everybody's talking about. I want to be in on the joke. I've got mad FOMO. So that. And then I've never read Stephen King, so he's on there. We've got The Poppy War. That's another really big one that I feel like everybody has read on TikTok. And then Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings. that's gonna be a biggie this year. And of course, Manacled. Manacled and All the Young Dudes. 2 fanfics, gotta include those. They are must reads of 2024. I'm excited for the choice of books, both classics and new kind of fantasies. So this page is the book of the month page, and so every month I'm gonna choose what was my favorite read of the month, and then I can kind of look and see a lot easier possibly what my favorite book of the entire year is. But it'll just be really fun to go back and see what the favorites were of the month. So I really like that. And I am really loving, again, the mood just carries through this whole thing. I felt like I've really nailed down like the theme of this. It's almost as if like the reading journal kind of tells a story. And I might continue that tell a story through the reading journal. That'd be really cool. And then after sticking all that on, I'm looking through the Forests and Fairies and Fungi sticker collection. I bought them from Five Below. It's like a book of like 100 stickers, something like that. I don't know. But they're really cute and I like them. This is the new Genres at a Glance page. I said that I did like my Genres at a Glance page because I think it's really cool to go back and see the different types of genres that were read pretty easily at a glance, you know. And the last one that I did, most of my genre was fantasy that I was reading, so I did a lot of micro kind of genres. Like there was high fantasy, mid romantasy, cozy fantasy, because those are all very different things to me. However, I'm just gonna do fantasy in one category this time around because I want to branch out my genres much more than I did in the last year. So I want to read thrillers, I want to read horror, I want to read non-fictions, classics. I know it's technically not a genre, but I made it a genre, baby. It's sci-fi, contemporary romance, smut, because my fantasy and my smut I categorize very differently. So there's that. Then we have the book bingo page, which kind of has some of my reading goals infused into this. Reading more of what I own, reading different genres, going outside. So that just has kind of like the motivation to do that. I can look at it and see that I am, accomplishing my goals. And then we have the series tracker page. I did not do this in my last book, so I'm very excited to do it this year and see how I fare with it. So the series tracker, basically, you are going to put the different series that you will be reading throughout the year. And then for every book that is in the series, you'll put a little circle or square or something, and then you will mark it off whenever you've read it. So I have a few series across different genres, but I think the majority of them are fantasy. I feel like 80% of them are fantasy, so already off to a hot start with reading more genres, huh? So I'm just marking off little squares for the titles and everything. There's a few that I have not, actually most of them I haven't even started, but there is one that I have started of 2023 that will continue into 2024. So the one that I have started is Throne of Glass, and so I've read the first 3 of those. And then the Broken Earth trilogy is a big one that I want to read this upcoming year, as well as the Once a Broken Heart series, because I just finished the Caraval, the first 3 with the Caraval, Legendary and Finale. I just finished those, so I want to move on to the next one. And then I also, Mistborn is a big one, Stormlight Archive. I really want to tackle Brandon Sanderson this year as well. And then I have a couple more contemporary romance ones, like the Chestnut Spring series and the Twisted Love series. That's another one. And then Crescent City, of course, because I really just want to finish off all my Sarah J. Maas stuff. And that is the end of the pages that I'll show you for now, because I want to keep some of them secret for future videos that I'm really excited for. So we're going to do a flip through so you can see everything completed, because I didn't catch some of the stuff on film. So this book is, who was it by? Peter Popper Press on Amazon. And I really, really like this journal a lot. Aside from the fact that it's lined, but that's okay. You can see I've covered up a lot. But lots of layers, lots of dark, just moody. I love this. It's witchy, it's gothic, it's everything that I want. The little gold gilded edges for the stickers, so fun. And I like the balance of like the dark, masculine, but feminine. It's great. Here we have the library card page where it's every month I'm going to be writing all the books that I read, and it says borrower's name. I think I might just put like month or something to make it, that's bothering me a little bit. But if you look at the bottom, it says House of One Library. I have like a little detail there. I really like that. And then we have my reading goals. So read more classics, read more from the library, discuss more books online, replace more screen time with reading, stay more consistent with journal, stick to the TBR more, read enough to hone in my tastes on books, finish more series that I've started, and then learn more about how to dissect a book. All, I think, very achievable things. And then here is the page. I had to end up ripping it because it wouldn't close right. But it's fine. It is what it is. But I still really like it. So that's going to be where I write in each book that I've read for the year and color it in. It'll be a fun little thing to do. The new releases page for 2024, and then as well as the treat your shelf. I'm really excited for both these things. Very fun. You can see up at the top, like what I was talking about with like the depression picture up here. For if I'm feeling down, I can treat myself, you know? Then we have 24 books of 2024. I feel like there's a bit of a mix here, and I'm excited for it. And a lot of these I have physically, so that's also really good that I'll be sticking to like that physical TBR. I would say majority of them I have. And then we go on to the book of the month page, which is where I will showcase my favorite book of that month. So I have 12 little slots for the 12 months of the year. Pretty self-explanatory, but I'm very excited to kind of get down to the nitty-gritty and seeing which book I really enjoyed over the year. And then genres at a glance. I put 110 books. We'll see if I read that many. I just wanted to have enough. And those are the genres that I am guessing that I'll read this year, but of course I did leave space to add a few more. Then we have the book bingo. I want to read BIPOC authors, more graphic novels, read more books of my own, just kind of branching out lots of different genres and just have a lot of fun with that. I think it's going to be really fun. Series tracker, of course. I do need to put in color in the first of 3 of the Throne of Glass here. And then I also left a couple spots open for if I want to maybe pick up a new series or something that I didn't necessarily think of in this moment. So I left a couple spaces open for that. I really want to focus on trying to finish series that I've started. But honestly, I am terrible at sticking to a TBR, so we'll see how that works. And then this next thing, I'll give you a little sneak peek, is a tarot TBR guide. So every month I am going to be using a tarot spread in order to predict or select for a book off of my TBR or a couple books. It depends on how I'm feeling. So this is going to be kind of like my little guide here to determine what books match with what cards. So I'm going to have those all listed out, and it'll just be a little directory of, oh, you pulled this card, this is what that means, so interpret that from this book. Yeah, So that's going to be really fun. And then my January year is going to start. I'm super excited for this year and being able to do that new TBR thing. I think it's going to be really cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it, and obviously it made a huge mess, but that is quite okay. But yeah, I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your year, and I would love to know what maybe 3 of your reading goals are of 2024. Thank you. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.